I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade aperture watercolour cards. Let's get started. So these are the materials you'll need. I've got an A4 paper trimmer, a pencil, a craft knife and a pair of scissors. I'll also be using a pen and a ruler as well. And also a straight edge, which I'll talk more about later, an eraser, and of course, some card. And I've got different cards here, and again I will discuss more about the card in depth later on in this tutorial. I'm going to be using some washi tape and a mat for cutting the card as well. A full list of all the materials I'm going to be using in this tutorial can be found in the description below. Just click more. So I'm going to make these cards from offcuts from old discarded paintings. So have a rummage through and have a look to see if you've got any old paintings that you can create some cards with. So what are aperture cards? Here's an example. I bought these from Hobbycraft, but as you can see, they're cards with a little window cut out, and they come with their own envelopes as well. So here we are. This is a little card here, and it's a trifold card, so it opens up and you can actually fold over the card to protect your painting, and I will demonstrate that. And I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade cards. Before I do that, I'm going to show you how I use these aperture cards to make my own homemade paintings out of discarded watercolour paintings. And here is an example of a painting I did of Queen Anne's lace. So I use the cards to actually find the little painting, and then I'll use the paper trimmer to trim the painting, and you can mark exactly where you want to trim, and you can get quite a few cards out of just one discarded painting. So I really recommend it. And you can see them in a whole different light when they are cut up, and the aperture cards is a great way of finding those little treasures. So once you've trimmed your painting, you can actually attach it to the trifold aperture card to the back, as you can see I'm doing here. And I'm going to use some washi tape to actually attach the painting to the card, and this is about a ½ centimetre, and I double it over and stick it on the card, press the two card pieces together, and it just sort of secures the back of the card there, and it protects the painting. You can use double-sided sellotape as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign the painting, and that's if anyone that you actually give it to may actually want to frame it later. But I'll also sign and date the outside of the card, and you can also give your painting a title. So I'm just writing Queen Anne's lace here, and I'm using a black waterproof drawing pen as well. And there's my finished result. I'm quite pleased with that. And you can write your greeting inside. So I'm going to show you how to make your own aperture card. So this is A4 white 160 gram card. Now if you want to make the trifold card, you will need a larger sheet of paper. I've used A4 and I'm folding it in half now because it's easy accessible to all. So I'm just folding this in half so it makes A5, and I'm just measuring here because I'm going to make a square card. So I'm just measuring, just going to take off the bottom half here. I'm going to use my paper trimmer to do that. So I'm just lining up my two pencil marks there to make sure I get a nice straight line. Remember, measure twice, cut once. I'm always guilty of getting wonky lines. So these paper trimmers are great actually. So it gets a nice accurate cut there, and there's my square card. So ready now to make and cut out the aperture. So I'm using an HB pencil and a ruler, and I'm just going to measure the inside and make markings in the inside of the card. And I'm going to make sort of a square within a square there. So depending on what size your card is, you can just measure equal measurements all the way round and make your markings. Make a few markings so that you get a nice straight line. And I'm actually going to draw the square in as well. And sometimes I find when I draw the lines, I can see if I've gone a little bit off on the measurements. And I always double check them. There's nothing worse than cutting it out and then you've got like a ½ millimetre out even, can actually make a bit of a difference. So do spend a bit of time doing this to save disappointment later. So I'm just doing my final measurements here to get my little square, just making sure everything looks equal. And I go back and I always double check as well. So this is my straight edge, and it's really just to protect your fingers while you're cutting with your craft knife, so the knife goes nowhere near your hand. So you just hold this firmly and cut down to your line, just past that line with your craft knife, and then turn your card around and repeat, and just go over that little cut that you did before, so you've got a little cross almost, so that you'll be able to remove the little square piece of card quite easily. There'll be no tearing. So I'm just turning it around again, sort of just making sure I've got my straight edge right over that line, and I cut just above the line and just below the line, so it makes it easier to remove the little square. There we are, so there's no tearing. So there's my aperture card, but it's not as supportive as the actual trifold card, so I have got a solution to that. So before I show you that, I'm just going to find another little painting here, and this is a painting that I did a while ago, and although I quite like it, I don't think I'm going to frame it, so I'm just going to find a little sort of mini painting for my cards here, and I'm just making marks inside the card there, so I've got a little bit of an overlap, so when I attach the little painting to the back of the card, the painting won't fall through the aperture, and that the overlap you can quite easily tape to the back of the card as well. So I'm carefully trimming the card here. I'm always on the lookout for other little paintings as well, so be mindful of that. So sometimes maybe don't cut all the way across, because you might have some other little treasures there for future cards or mini paintings. So I'm just trimming here with the paper trimmer, again making sure I've got a little bit of overhang each side of the painting there, obviously where my pencil marks are. So here we are. I'm going to attach my card there, just make sure I've got it lined up, and I'm going to turn this over now, and I'm going to attach this little painting to the back of the card with some washi tape. Again, it's about 1/2 centimetre, and I'm just going to stick it down on all 4 sides just to make sure it's securely attached to the back of this card, and that straight away will give some support, but not enough. So I'm actually going to stick a little offcut of card. I'm measuring up here. It's another A4 card that I'm going to cut up, and it's going to be slightly bigger than the size of the painting. I'm just going to stick that to the back of the card. So it's not a trifold, but it'll give your card some support, so it won't bend too easily, and it protects your painting. So I have trimmed my card here now with my paper trimmer, and I'm going to attach it to the back of the card, just sort of making a rough guesstimate here with my HB pencil to make sure it covers the painting and then some, so it fully overlaps the painting and the washi tape. So once you have your sort of backing card there, you can then attach that piece of card to the card and not to the actual painting. And here you can use some interesting washi tape as well to make it look decorative. And there's lots of washi tape available with some amazing designs, so it's quite nice, a nice decorative thing to do to your painting. So the recipient of your card will open it and see this really lovely decorative washi tape. So it's quite a nice thing to do, and I'm just trimming off the corners there to get everything looking really neat and tidy. And I'm just pressing down the washi tape as well to make sure everything's secure. And I'm just using the scissors to press down the edge of the card there to make sure it's really nice and smooth, and it really does feel nice to the touch. I'm opening up there, it feels very secure in my hand, and I must say I really like the look of this card. This lovely sort of landscape, and I'm just signing. I'm actually initialing there because there's not very much space, but I'm actually writing my name on the front of the card, the date, and also giving the little card a title as well. And I'm using my waterproof drawing pen to do this. So I must say the quality of the finished results feel really good just with a 160 gram card. So I'm going to make another aperture card now, this time with a stock bought card. This is a square card, and I'm going to use the little square that I cut out from my previous card as a template for a little square. So I'm just going to draw around that, and I'm just going by eye here. But of course, if you want to measure, you can measure to make sure it's all equal sides. I'm actually going to leave the bottom slightly longer as well. I usually do this with framing and using mounts as well. So I'm just going to draw around this carefully with an HB pencil. And again, sometimes it's quite nice just to cross over just at the corners. So when you actually cut with your craft knife, you cut just outside the edge of each of those lines, and it makes it easier just to remove the little square. So I'm just checking on my measurements again. It's quite important. I quite like doing things by eye, but it's just to make double sure that you've got the right measurements. But it is a quicker way of using the little square as a template. And I think I was just a little bit out there. So I am just doing another little line. It's literally a millimetre out, but sometimes that can make all the difference. So I'm just making my correction there. So this will be sort of disguised anyway when you put your painting over the top. Always retract your blades when you're using your craft knife, and use a straight edge where your fingers aren't next to the craft knife. So this is a very sturdy, slim box here, and I'm just lining it up, and I am using a cutting mat as well to protect the surface, and I'm carefully cutting down. I usually do this about twice to make sure I've got a good cut, and carefully turn around and do the same the other side to cut the aperture out. And it's probably a good idea to do a few of these, and I think you get into a bit of a rhythm of it as well to make it easy, and then you've got a little stockpile of them. So you can remove your little square there and turn that around. So this is the shop bought card. So I'm going to actually now use my little painting here of the couple. It'd be quite a nice anniversary card, this. And again, I'm going to use my HB pencil and just draw inside their little mark there, just to make sure the painting is bigger than the aperture. Little marks there. And I'm going to trim that now with my paper trimmer, lining up, measure twice, cut once. And I think I might be able to get a little painting of some trees on the end there as well. I'm going to save that. So just making sure I've got enough there for another little card. We'll see. It's quite nice colours and textures. So I'm just going to use the little aperture card just to look at that. Now, I really like that. It's simple, but there's some beautiful colours and textures. So I think I'll definitely make a card out of that at a later date. But back to my little couples card here. Just want to make sure I've got it lined up. And now I'm going to turn it over and apply some washi tape again. And this is just to make sure the card's lined up. So I'm just checking that looks okay. So I'm going to continue on putting the washi tape on all four corners. And I quite like this washi tape because it's got hearts on there. So it's quite nice, especially if it's a little sort of anniversary card or wedding card or what have you. And I'm just trimming the corners again with my scissors there, just to tidy everything up. You can see I've actually got another sort of sketch on the back there. So just finishing off here, and I'm actually sticking a piece of blank card now over the top of the painting, overlapping that, and putting some of this pretty washi tape there and trimming it at each of the corners there to present it nicely for the recipient. And it does look quite nice, quite neat for me anyway. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I'm just going to sign the card now using my waterproof black drawing pen, just signing and dating it. And I'm just going to use my scissors again to score the fold of the card to make it really neat and professional looking. So it really does feel like a quality card. I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to make a card out of this little mini seascape, and for all the paintings that I am using in this tutorial, you can find a link for the tutorials that I made of them in the description below. So this is a more rectangular cream card. I thought it'd look quite nice with this seascape, so I'm just sort of lining it up, making sure it fits. And now I'm going to measure as well. So I need to make sure that the aperture goes over the edge of the card. So I'm just measuring up there. So once you've got your measurements, turn over the card and sort of put those measurements and the little rectangle you're going to draw on the back. Again, I'm using an HB pencil and my ruler. So I'm just drawing the rectangle there, just making sure it's nice and straight, getting some more measurement marks there, and I usually use quite a few marks just to make sure that I get the line straight. So once you've drawn your little rectangle there, what I'm doing now is just using my straight edge and I'm cutting. And take your time with this, don't rush this, make sure you line everything up and cut carefully, protecting your hands and fingers. So just removing the little rectangle there. The aperture feels a little bit flimsy, and that's why it's quite a good idea after you sort of attach your painting to the back that you put some extra card. I'm also rubbing out some of the pencil lines there as well, just tidying everything up. So I'm going to attach my painting to the card. I just want to line everything up to begin with. So there's a couple of choices here. I'm spoilt for choice. So once you decide on your card, just put a couple of bits of washi tape to stick the painting to the back of the card and double check. Now I'm looking at that and I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to remove that carefully and lay my painting down and then attach the card to the painting and get the right sort of view, and then press down the washi tape, and then I'm going to apply the white card to the back of the painting, overlapping the painting. So I'm just making those measurements there as you saw, and I'm going to trim that rectangle there and again attach it to the back of the card, overlapping the painting. I was in luck, I had some washi tape with some birds, which I thought would go well with my card because it has some birds in the sky. So I'm just taping it all four sides, making it as neat as I can. And it looks quite good actually with the sort of birds on the back there. So attaching the card to protect the painting and to make the card more stable. So here is the finished card. I must say I'm really pleased with that. So I'm just sort of writing my initials there. There wasn't much space for my signature, so I'm actually signing the front of the card, and I'll also give the painting a title as well. Must make sure I put the date on there. So here's the finished card. It looks great. And, if someone could actually make a little, frame it as well if they wanted to. I've cut out another aperture on one of these shop bought cards, and I'm just trying to find a little treasured smaller painting there. So I'm just trimming, making sure that I save some of those other flowers for future cards or mini paintings as well. Doing the same here as well. So that bottom flower could be a great card as well, quite like that. I was torn between the top and the bottom, but I've decided to go with the top left card. So I'm just going to secure that painting, little mini painting, to the back of the card, and again use some A460 gram card to place over the top of the painting to secure it to the card, and again initial it, sign it and date it. And it really feels like a nice quality card as well, quite like the washi tape with that as well. So here are all my cards in this tutorial, and I really hope that this inspires you to sort of use discarded paintings and make your own cards, but also make your own aperture cards as well, especially for those of you that can't get hold of them. If you have enjoyed this card making tutorial, I have published several others, and I will put a link for those tutorials in the description below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, where you'll get updates of my latest tutorials. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section. And if you'd like to learn even more about watercolour painting and get access to my exclusive weekly tutorials, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? Details about the membership can be found in the description below. Happy card painting. Bye for now.